Hello guys, this is Silas. I'm a senior at CP this year, and I'm also the graphic design architect for the yearbook. If you scroll up on this graphic design channel that I am pretty sure you're on right now, you'll see that I've posted links to some other tutorials about Scribus, which is the graphic design software that we're using. And they're pretty much just things I've discovered while I was experimenting with Scribus myself. They're pretty useful, but this tutorial is even more useful if you're just starting with Scribus. And I decided to narrate it this time instead of posting text, so maybe it's a little bit easier to follow. Anyway, this tutorial is about the align distribute function in Scribus. I knew about the align part, but I only figured out what the distribute part was for recently, which was kind of a facepalm moment because I had been trying to do it manually and it's just so much harder, but this function makes it really easy. So in the next clip you'll see 5 circles that are in a perfect row, but they are distributed horizontally somewhat randomly, like they're not not an equal space between the circles. So here they are, and right now I'm selecting them all because I want to fix this. And I go up to the align and distribute window. Let me bring it down here so that it's easier to see. This button right here puts an equal space between the circles, which is really cool. And it also, I believe, it also centers them all to that blue line in the middle is the center of the page. But the next button is even better. This button with the red lines around it, it puts an equal space between the circles and the margins as the space between the circles themselves. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you can play around with it. I think it's a little bit more useful and it looks better on the page. In this next clip I'll show you the same thing except vertically. So here I have my circles in a vertical line. They're distributed randomly. Go up to align and distribute window, and the buttons do pretty much the same thing, but it's pretty cool. And now I might as well tell you about the align part too. This is super useful for placing objects on the page. So this square here is in a pretty random spot, like it's not aligned to anything. But I can fix that by going up to the align and distribute window and make sure that margins are selected because we want it to align within the margins of the page. The margins are the green lines there. And this button will align it vertically, and this button will align it horizontally. Nope, I said it flipped. The first button will align it horizontally, and the second button will align it vertically. There you go. I always get confused there. Anyway, point of it is that the square is now in the exact center of the page. But what if you wanted to align it to another object that's not in the center of the page? So this circle is not in the center of the page, but we want to align the square to the center of the circle. Well, then you can select, if the circle is the last thing selected, you can click last selected and then center it horizontally and vertically again. And that's pretty cool. And there are a lot of other things that you can do with this, but my screen recorder quit. But I don't think it's super useful. But I don't know, maybe it is useful and you can play around with it. So anyway, I hope this is helpful for your pages, and if you haven't downloaded Scribus yet, I really encourage you to do so and to start working on your pages, because the sooner we can get them done, the better. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.